Thank you for tuning in to the Patricia Show. My name is Patricia. Let's talk. Thanks for pushing like and subscribe. And please share this audio with someone who you may think need it. I just did the part 3 of grieving and talked about people that were very selfish and narcissistic. I want to go back a little bit and talk about when, at the beginning of time, in the beginning of time, when we all, in our first life, when they had perfected the human body, because the human body went through many stages before it became the way it is now. And when it became the way it is now, where we have 2 legs and 2 feet and two um, arms, because I think at one point we went through where there were 4 legs and 3 arms or 2 arms, 4 arms, something like that. But anyway, when the body became perfected and we incarnated, our first lifetime was in mu. That's what it was called, mu. Now, in the Bible, it says Garden of Eden, but in real life, it was mu. Now, and Muir is the same as Lemuria. I think it's called Lemuria, and Mu is the same continent, it's the same thing. Now, it was said that we used to walk, like when people died, we could still see them, their spirit. When they passed on out of the physical body, we could still communicate with them. Even though they had gone to another dimension, the same way they've gone now, and they're no longer in their physical body, we were so in tune until they could come in and out of this world and then the dimension they were in, and we could still communicate with them. So we knew that they hadn't died at all. They had just transformed into their light, pure light self, okay? Also, the higher beings, like what we call here the ascended masters, okay? Also, when they had finished, some of them never had lifetimes, but some of them did have lifetimes here. And when they finished their lifetime and they went and transformed, we could still communicate with them, because they would just be in and out of their bodies. So in other words, like the masters, our brothers and sisters who are masters, now we have, we wait till we pass on and then we communicate with all those people who have been here. But at that time, you could still be living in your body, and they would just come and communicate with you or tell you whatever it is they wanted to tell you, right? They said it was a temple on Mu I think it was called the I Am Temple. And when we would go in there and I guess do our rituals or prayers or whatever we did in those days to communicate with God, an ascended master could come and eat at any time and just sit there and talk to you about your spiritual growth. So there was no dividing between, when I die, I'm going to go to this dimension or go to that dimension, because we knew that we were transforming to another dimension, but we still had the power to come in and out of the earth atmosphere, because we were so enlightened and so evolved that we knew that, okay? Now, we at that time focused our attention inside of ourselves, meaning just that you focus your attention inside of yourself. But when you focus your attention inside of yourself, you are definitely more connected and easily connected to your I am self. And you're easily to connect it to people who have passed on, or masters and angels and things like that, because you're walking in that consciousness, that higher consciousness at all times. And that's one of the things that you're here now to learn how to go within yourself and stop focusing outside of yourself. Just the other day, I was sitting here thinking, like, when I'm focusing outside of myself, it's like I'm a whole different person because I'm just different. It's like I'll gossip and, you know what I mean? I just don't think the same as, like, for instance, I was like, me and my sister was talking about the economy crashing. Well, when I'm outside of myself, I'm like, girl, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I should still buy or gold. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should get land. You know, I'm back and forth because I'm focusing outside of myself. The moment I focus inside of myself, I feel the connection with God, and I'm immediately, it's no more what I should, maybe I should do this or do that. It's more of, yes, I'm going to buy land. I'm going to have the land away from the city. Yes, I should buy more gold and more silver. You know what I mean? I'm more confident in what I'm supposed to do because I feel so connected with the universe. And then it just leads and guide me what to do. But when I'm focused outside of myself, I'm not connected. So the things that I should do, I'm not doing them. So I had just said, oh my God, I have to stop doing this, and I have to remember to keep myself focused inside no matter what. It's hard to do that because we were not taught like that on this society. And that is actually what we're here for, to learn how to connect to our God self and live our life from that vantage point. And that's what we not, like, the church will teach all these lies they be teaching you about different stuff, but they're not teaching you the truth. They're not teaching you things that's going to empower you. That will empower you. So now, when I say, inside of you, you simply just focus your attention inside of you. You simply do that. You simply just keep your attention inside of you instead of the outside of you. But I'm telling you, it makes a big difference in the way that you do things, the attitude, your perception. It just changes everything when you are focused inside of yourself. It's almost like I'm focused inside of myself, so I know this is what I should do. When I'm focused outside of myself, I don't really know what I should do. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should move to California. Maybe I shouldn't. I like Arizona. Maybe I'll think about going there. Really. But if you focus inside, you like, no, I know, I feel it in my spirit. I'm supposed to go to Arizona. That's where I'm going. Really. So that is what we did in the beginning of time. We always focused within ourselves. And when we focus within ourselves, it's very easy to still have communication with our loved ones that had passed away, or from the ascended masters who were in another dimension. It's just very easy because we're connected to everything of the inner world. So I could say this, like, so you'll understand, we're connected to everything spiritual. So we're connected with everything in a spirit. You know what I mean? In that, in the knowingness, things that we forgot that we knew, or things maybe that was kept from our memory from coming to this lifetime. Maybe we wasn't supposed to know everything at one time. It's like all of a sudden you're connected with that knowingness, okay? So in the beginning of time, we were always focused within. And then they say that something happened, and we begin to be focused outside of ourselves. We moved our attention from inside to outside. And when we moved our attention to outside of ourselves, we lost our connection with God because we're focusing outside of ourselves. And then we became selfish. Very selfish. And that is what made our downfall, the selfishness. And so your downfall came because you're focusing within, and you're focusing without outside of yourself, and it made us become very selfish, and that was our downfall. Now, in order to return to your mighty I am self. What you have to do, whether it's this lifetime or the next, doesn't matter that you don't believe in lifetime reincarnation. That doesn't mean it's not true because you don't believe in it. So whether is this lifetime or the next or maybe the next, eventually you will have to go back to pointing your attention within. And when you have done that long enough, then you will become how you was in the beginning, more aligned with your I am self and more aligned with that inner world. But because you have left that inner world by way of attention and gone through your life, now you have to go back that way when you're ready to return to that mighty I am. And so that would be like an enlightened person. Until they can't reach that, I want to say true enlightenment until they've returned to that within themselves, connecting within themselves. Okay. So now, if selfishness back in those days pulled us away from our I am self, what in the world do you think selfishness is doing now? Because this day and time, selfishness has gone to a whole new level. Because I don't even think back in that day and time, they didn't even have you were so selfish that you were narcissistic. Now people could be so selfish that they're actually narcissistic, selfish. Okay? So what do you think this is doing for our spiritual growth or not on this earth at this time, at this day and time? If people are that, because people are definitely more selfish now than they were before, back in that day, in that generation. So we're far beyond that. We move far beyond that selfishness. So that means everybody have to get to the point where you're focusing within, and then it's bringing you back into your divine purpose. It's bringing you back and connected with the oneness in which you all are. And automatically, I guess what will happen is that selfishness you have will automatically fall from you when you focus within. Okay? Now, we don't focus within again because we don't even know nothing about that. Ain't nobody taught us nothing about that. If you know about it, it's because you done read books, spiritual books, and learned on your own. Because this is not something they're teaching you in church. And that is what they should be teaching you. They should be teaching you how do you connect with God. A lot of people say they believe in God and they don't. My friend was telling me one day that, she had faith and she really believed in God and she had to trust in God and she go to church every Sunday. I said, no, you don't. Oh, my goodness. Girl, what are you talking about? I believe in God and I trust God as my Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. She went on and on. About a couple of months later, she had to have surgery on her knee. She called me to see what she should do. She had a surgery. She called her other friend. She didn't know what she was to do. She was just lost. What should I do about this surgery? So I said to her, if you trust God so much, what are you coming to me and asking me anything? Why didn't you go to God? And I said, this is what I was telling you. You don't trust God because if you trust God, you would have went to God. She got really quiet and said, you know what? You are absolutely right. But I thought I did trust God. I said, girl, everybody say that until you're put in that position. And when you put in that position, if you're paying attention, you realize I don't trust God at all. Are you following me, people? I want to end this one and I'm going to make a part 2 of this. So you have a good day and look for part 2.